Good morning students and welcome to our YouTube channel Eng.Med Models. So in the previous video we have just finished the chapter number 3, that was dispersal of seeds. In that we have just completed the theory part of that chapter. Now we are just moving towards the revision of that chapter, that is chapter number 3, dispersal of the seeds. First of all, why the dispersal of the seeds is necessary? Okay, so we can say that if the seeds will not be dispersed, then there will be overcrowding of that same parent plant over there. And also, if first of all the reproduction of the plants occurs by how? Okay, that we have seen in the introduction, but how the plants are reproduced, that we have seen. But most of the plants just reproduce through the seeds. Okay students, so due to seeds, what happens? The seeds will be, if the seeds will just nearby the parent plant, then there will be overcrowd of that parent plant, then the crops cannot grow healthy over there. So here in the introduction part, first we have seen was, have you ever seen a single mango or a banyan tree growing in a large field? Have you wondered how that single tree came there? Was it planted there? No, the seed could have reached there by chance, by some method or the other. Then after, plants reproduce through many methods, through stem, seeds, roots of the mother plants. The most common method of the reproduction is seeds. So here the plants just reproduce by the common methods, that is seeds. The plants reproduce through seeds. Okay, here next, that is, first the plant first bears flowers which turn into fruits. The fruit enclose one or more seeds. These seeds grow into new plant that are similar to the parent plant. Not all the seeds produced by a plant can grow into new plant. Find out how many peas are there in a pea pod. Mustard seeds are also enclosed in similar pods. Each pod have more mustard seeds than there are peas in the pod. A plant bears hundreds of pods. Not all the seeds in all the pods grow into plant. There is not enough space for them. A mango tree may bear hundreds of fruits a year, but all the seeds from the mangoes will not grow into trees. Moreover, not all seeds are fit to grow. Okay, so there are the seeds by the tree. What happens? They still just produce the fruit. What happens? This from fruits and the flowers, the seeds, many seeds are there inside it, but from that only few can just grow into plant. Okay, so what will happen over here? They have just told that there will be many of the seeds in the pea pods. We have seen many are there. Okay, in the mustard there are many of the seeds, but not all the seeds will grow. Okay, so what will happen? Only a few seeds will grow. Now here, next, that is dispersal of the seeds. So they have said to prevent overcrowding of a plant under or near the parent plant. Okay, for the, if the plant seeds will grow nearby only, then there will be overcrowded over the same plant. Okay, in that area. So what happens? Do not just overcrowded that. So the dispersal of the seeds is necessary. So the natural resource to scrape of seeds away from the parent plant. Seeds are dispersed by wind, water, animals, birds and human beings. Need for dispersal of the seeds. Why the seeds are dispersed? Okay, why is to be dispersed? So here you must have seen fruits or dry seeds that have fallen just around the trunk of the tree. Now, if all the seeds start growing, they would be so crowded that there will be not enough space for them to spread out their roots and grow. They will not get enough mineral salts from the ground. So nature has made sure that the seeds are to be dispersed or scattered far away and wide. The scattering of the seeds always from the mother plant is called dispersal. This gives the seeds a better chance to grow into healthy plant. Here, so this is why the dispersion of the seeds is necessary. The overcrowding is not there and that area will not covered full with that plant. Now there are few methods from which the dispersal can take place. So the first is dispersal by wind. Okay, the first one, that is dispersal by wind, and then after the second one is dispersal by the water. But first of all, let us see dispersal by the wind. So how the seeds are dispersed by the wind? In that we will say that due to the motion of the wind, what will happen? The seed which are lighter than the seeds which are lighter and easily can move with these wind, so that seeds are dispersed by the wind. So the example is cotton, dandelion and sky moth. So these are the example which seeds just disperse with the wind. Then after secondly, that is dispersed by the water. Dispersal by water. Okay, dispersal by the water. So in that we have seen the example of coconut tree. So what happens? The coconut plant, we have seen the coconut plant. The coconut, when just fell down, it is very heavy that it can't move with the wind, it can't move with the animals or birds. Okay, so this is moved by the water. How? So there is fibrous walls around the coconut. So what happened? You have seen the coconut tree near the sea area or seashore. So what happened? They just directly fall on the water, and the water will take away thousands of miles away from that parent plant, and then in that place it will grow. Okay, this is the seed dispersal by the water. Then after, dispersal by animals. Dispersal by animals. Okay, so by animals, how they just disperse the seeds. So animals what do? The ripened fruit which is fallen from the tree or that plant, what happens? They just start eating and start moving, and then after they just throw the seed far away from the parent plant. So that is dispersed by the animals. Okay, then after, dispersal by the birds. Dispersal by birds. So in same way, what happens? Okay, over here the same as the animals just take the fruit and just move away, and that way the birds will just take it that and fly over it. And what happens when they just eat? Okay, they just throw the seeds to the ground, and which is far away from the mother plant, okay, or the parent plant. Okay, so that is the dispersal by the birds. And dispersal by the human beings, that you know very well. Dispersal by human being. So here we just eat the ripened fruit and just throw the seeds in the garbage or in other. So we just disperse the seed by like that. Okay, here. And lastly, we have seen the explosive mechanism or the pepper pot mechanism. Okay, the fruit which just bursts and opens, and many of the seeds are there inside it, but not all the seeds will grow. Okay students, so here from dispersal by the winds, I am just reading that the seeds of some plants such as drumstick or dandelion are lighter and have wings or feathery parachute-like structures. They afloat away in the wind. The seeds of cotton and silk cotton have fluffy hair. When the pods or the fruit burst, the seeds are thrown out. They are carried away by the wind to place far away from the parent plant. You may have seen fluffy balls of silk cotton floating in the air. At some stage, the seeds drop to the ground and then germinate and grow. Seeds such as those of squamore have wings that rotate in the air and can travel great distances. Okay, and now that is dispersal by the water. That is, some seeds are carried by water to far off places. You know, coconut are too big to float in the air and too heavy for birds and animals to carry away. Coconut grow near the coastal. The ripe nuts fall into the water. Coconut have fibrous walls. You must have seen the fiber or core covering a coconut shell. The fibrous part lies between the shell and the smooth wall, outer wall, and helps the coconut to afloat on water. Thus, the nut may travel thousands of kilometers before coming to the rest on some distant island in the sea. They start growing there. The lotus fruit has a spongy part that helps it to stay afloat and travel far. So this is about the dispersal by the water. Then after it is dispersal by the animals, birds and human beings. That is, animals, birds and human beings carry ripe fruit away from the tree. After eating the fruit, they throw away the seeds. If the conditions are suitable, the seeds grow at the place where they have been thrown. Mango and papaya seeds are dispersed this way. Parrot and other seed-eating birds and squirrel carry away fruit and seeds. Thus, half-eaten pomegranate and guava fruit are dropped far from the parent plant. The seeds of the plants have berries, prickles, spines, or hook-like structure. They stick to the fur of animals, birds of feathers of birds, or clothes of cotton and carry to the distant places. Then after explosive mechanism or pepper pot mechanism, that is, plants such as beans have fruits that burst open explosively and scatter the seeds. Such fruits are called pods. Plants such as a papaya have a pepper pot mechanism. The seeds have holes such as those of the pepper pot. The seeds are sprinkled when the pods sway in the wind. Being scattered or dispersed in this different ways, the seeds get a better chance to grow without getting too crowded under the parent plant. So here, the same plant just do not grow and overcrowd that area. For that, the dispersal is necessary of the seeds. Okay students, now we will just move towards the exercise. Okay, in the exercise, the question number 1. Question number 1, that is, match the following. Okay, in that match the following, that is, A. Drumstick seeds, that is dispersed by what? That is dispersed by the wind. A. In that it will be 2. Dispersed by dispersal by wind. Second, that is B, that is coconut. So coconut is dispersed by the water. Okay, so in the B it will be third, that is dispersed by water. Dispersed by water. Then after third one, that is C, that is mango. So mango, that is eaten and dispersed by human beings and animals. So here in that it will be 4, eaten and dispersed by human being and animals. Then after D, that is seeds with burrs. So how it is dispersed, that is fifth one, dispersed by animals. Okay, then after E, that is peas. So this is the last one, that is the first, that is dispersed by pod bursting. So please write down the answers, students. Okay, moving towards the question number 2, which is choose the correct answers. So here question number 2, in that the A, that is seed needs to be scattered for what? That is to avoid overcrowding of the plants. Second, to spread the seed far and near. Fourth, for the people to enjoy the plant. So in that it will be first one, A, that is first, which is to avoid overcrowding overcrowding plants. Okay. Secondly, B, that is dash seeds have a fluffy hairs. Okay, so here it has cotton. B, in that also it will be first, that is cotton. Okay. Then after, coconuts stay afloat because they have dash walls, that is spongy, fibrous or soft. So here it will be second, that is fibrous. Fibrous. D, that is lotus fruits has a dash that helps it to stay afloat and travel far. So it is have a spongy part. So in the D it will be 3, that is spongy part. E, that is birds carry away dash seeds, that is pomegranate, apple or lady's finger. So here it will be the first pomegranate. Okay, so these are the answers. Please write down this, students. Okay, students, have you written down the answers of question number 1? So here, question number 3, that is true or false. In that, the first one, that is A, the most important means of plant reproduction is through leaves. No, it is through seeds. So this is false. Second, B, that is the seeds of dandelions are heavy. No, they are not heavy. They are so light that they can easily move with the wind. So this is also false. Then after, C, the seeds of squamore have wing-like structure. No, they do not have. No. Wings that rotates. Yes, they have a wing-like structure. That is true. Then after, no, it will be false, because its seeds do not have wind-like structure. Their flower is like wind-like, so that is can easily move in the wind. So it will be false. Then after, the coconut can float hundreds of kilometers in sea. Yes, that is true. And the last one, that is some seeds have a good or hook-like structure on them. Yes, that is right. So it is also true. So please write down the answers, students. Okay, students, have you written down the answers? Now, here it is question number 4, question answers. So here, that is the first question, which is the most common way by which plant reproduce? So here it will be the seeds is the most common way through the plant reproduce. Okay. Secondly, what is the dispersal of the seeds? So here in the page number, the scattering of the seeds away from the mother plant, it is called dispersal of the seeds. Then after third one, why are seeds that are dispersed by wind, light, dry and fluffy? So here, why that are the seeds which are dispersed by wind, that are light, dry and fluffy? Why? Because they are very light, so they can easily move with water, and also they are dry. Then if they do not have dry, then they can easily fall down, and fluffy, so that easily they can move in the wind or float in the wind. So fourth one, that is how do coconut seeds get dispersed? Why is this method the most suitable method of dispersal of the coconuts? How the coconut is dispersed? They are dispersed by the water. How? Because they just fall on directly to the water, and they travel thousands of kilometers, and the plant grow over there. And the fifth one and the last one, how do animals and birds help in the dispersal of the seeds? That here it is written, animals, birds carry ripened fruit away from the tree after eating the fruits, then throw away the seeds. If the conditions are suitable, the seeds grow at that place where they have been thrown. Okay, so here we have just completed our chapter. So in your homework, what you have to do is, I haven't given the PDF of questions of chapter number 2. So what I will just do on this video means on Monday, okay, I will just send the chapter number 2 PDF and chapter number 3 PDF both together, and you have to write down in your fair book. Okay students, we will meet in the next video. Bye students.